Welcome to the RawXchange, where we give it to you unfiltered, we give it to you uncensored, and we give it to you with no latex. That's 100% raw. It's me, Grizzy, baby. And today was the day. I finally had it. I quit my fucking job.
We don't believe you.
No, I'm just kidding. I did.
Yeah,
But
lying.
I did walk out the door aggressively as fuck at 3:53 today. And that's the time I get out. They got mad at me because I took a long-ass lunch. And they brought me into the office.
Damn.
And they actually spoke to me.
They probably thought you was fancy. Oh, you the new host on the RawXchange, nigga?
Well, they know. I sign autographs at work every day. Usually on coaching and write-ups, but that's about it. No, so what happened was they pulled me and they said, yo, you took too long on your lunch. And I'm like, how long was it? And they were like, 2.5 hours. And I'm like, isn't that plenty of time for me to get everything that I needed done? And the lady, she's cool with me. She said, what did you do? And I told her, I went to the outlet. I went to Walmart. I went to GameStop.
This nigga.
I got some pho. I went back to GameStop
That
because I
nigga
had
living
forgot
life
something.
like me, dog.
That's
And
how
then-
you do it, though.
That's how you do it.
That's how
It's
you do it.
lunch. So then they asked me, they really did ask. They said, can you just take 90 minutes? And I said, how the fuck am I supposed to eat lunch in 90 minutes? And at that point, she kicked me out of her office and said, don't come back until you can take lunch for 90 minutes. So I'm going back tomorrow and I'm going to take lunch for 90 minutes.
punished you like a kindergartner.
She did.
Like
she
the
said, don't come
kindergartner
back
is.
until you can take lunch for 90 minutes. So I'm going to have to figure this out. It's going to be less shopping sprees at Walmart and GameStop
But
on Sand
90
Lake and John
minutes,
Young.
that's pretty Gucci,
Did you bring my shit?
Yeah, it's in the trunk, dog. It's in the trunk. You know, I got
My
you.
nigga.
I got that Venom
Bet,
pool in the
bet.
car for you. Well, anyway, fuck that shit. Fuck work. Get money. Make sure this podcast blows the fuck up because I think I'm about to get fired. So this is the RawXchange, where we give it to you raw as fuck. And as always, I'm with my brothers and my nappy-headed sister.
Yo,
It's
fuck you.
Trev G.
Posh.
Angry ass, snappy ass, posh.
It's
Top
MJ.
money. Ooh, sorry.
Ian, you're
Top
at the
money.
end, dog. You came at the end. Like,
Sorry,
you gotta
bro.
wait. You gotta wait.
Seniority.
You're at the end right now, dog.
Black
Gotta
Girl
put in some
Magic and
episodes.
Pac. Go. Did you say your name?
Yeah.
We didn't hear you.
We didn't hear shit.
That's because
Top
you did
Shmoney.
it before.
Top Shmoney, Ian, Vaughn,
Yo, boy, don't
Dirty.
give out my whole government.
Blacka. I
What's the
didn't
matter
give
with
out your last name, dog.
You don't got
You didn't give out the other names either. That nigga got like 5 names.
I got like 8.
All right, so today we're going to
feel
be
me?
talking about the most recent school shootings, bullying, school fights, and how we dealt with everything then and how we should deal with it now. We first like to go ahead and thank everyone who actually listens to us every weekend or every week. We fuck with you heavy.
Heavy.
And definitely a big shout out to our sponsor, the Brooklyn Coffee Shop, for letting us come here every
Yo,
single
that
week and talk
Cuban,
that
bruh.
shit.
Oh, if you come
They
next
got-
week for the live show, y'all gotta get that Cuban.
Definitely. They got the most amazing
Flames.
food. I've been in here and I've fucking racked up a bill.
Ask for that sauce they put on the side for the empanadas and mix that bitch with the Cuban.
Yeah, definitely.
It's called the Trev G.
All right.
We just naming menu items out
Hey.
themselves out.
All right.
So to start this shit off, right? I want to ask y'all a question. Do we get mad about certain situations because when somebody gets angry in a relationship, so let's say you're in a relationship with somebody and you start talking about something and then you see that they get angry, or you're asking them about something and you think they're lying to you, so they get angry to make it seem like they're not lying to you? Anybody ever had that situation?
To be honest, I just
Don't be
always
bringing
get
your
angry.
relationship
No,
problems
I'm
on the fucking
try- I am
podcast,
not-
bro.
I don't do that hood rat shit no more, bro.
Episode 5 was the
So
last
anyways,
one.
while I was picking strawberries during the strawberry fest these past 2 weekends, helping my mom and stepdad out, it was about closing time, and this ghetto ass chick with like, she was rocking like the yellow vest you wear because you're in the street type shit, and she's at the festival walking around with this dude, and so she gets on the phone. And she just starts blabbing like, no, I'm not. I just came here to go to the festival after I got out of work for a few minutes, blah, blah, blah. Why you always think I'm cheating on you? I'm talking about everybody in the spot could hear this bitch, right? So she get off the conversation, right? And then she tell the lady next to her, yeah, I'm cheating, but that nigga's island, he cheats all the time. So fuck it. And I'm going,
Wow.
this bitch. This is why I'm glad I don't deal with this shit no more, dog. This shit, I just was like, this bitch on the phone, the nigga already know. That's why when you have a gut feeling, go with your gut feeling, because that shit's 100% right.
Oh, yeah.
So she's for sure cheating.
She was for sure
Yeah.
cheating.
Was she cute enough to be a cheater?
Yo,
No.
Chicks
Was she
No.
That's the
Jamaican?
thing. Ugly people should not fucking cheat. Like, stick with the motherfucker that you with, because when you get caught,
Who
your
do you
ugly ass
think-
is going to be lonely for
who
a
do you
while.
think is the
Yo,
right
yo,
one?
and- shot.
Even one thing I wanted to say too is when I saw Homeboy, I was like, dog, what the fuck you doing with this bitch, dog? Like,
Trying to get my dick sucked?
I guess so, dog. I mean,
Yeah, you know what? I got a couple stories about some friends of mine that be fucking with some ugly bitches, but, you know, we're not really going to get into that right now.
Well, that's great, you guys.
I'm sorry, that was my shooting the shit for the week. Thank you.
That shit went mad left. I wasn't expecting that. But in other useless news, so we got called out. I'm not sure if you guys knew this, but Church for the Wild, Nerd Nash.
Who?
Nerd Nash.
Come again?
I know. I never heard of him either like that. I was just like, who is this nigga? He called out the podcast though.
The RawXchange.
He
podcast
called
beef.
out
He
the
feels some
Raw
type of way?
Exchange.
I
He
heard
feels
you.
some type of way. So
You mad?
he thinks that we don't have what it takes to make it to the end of the summer.
Oh, wow. End of the summer?
To the end of the summer.
Wow.
Wow.
So I just personally want to say that I look forward
you.
to.
No. It's
That's
great
what you won't
because
say.
Guess what though?
We grow every
he sees
week.
something in us for him to feel that mad that you
I
say
guess.
some shit like that. You feel
So-
me? Either, huh?
Oh, he's been around for like 4 years, bro.
Yeah, he's been around for a little minute.
He has a reason to
whatever.
do this.
It doesn't matter. This business is.
But we gonna show him that at
We
the end
gonna
of the
show
summer,
him.
our number's gonna be banging.
So he's mad at a little podcast, episode 20 podcast.
Yeah, you know,
Tell him, you know
he's
what's gonna
mad
take
at a
us to
little
get to the
episode.
summer?
People saying everybody's
20.
doing podcasts and
It's
shit.
gonna take money
Yeah.
and fans
Bro,
to get
just
us
get
there.
your
We
money,
got
bro.
plenty of
Get
fucking
your
money,
pussy, bro,
and we got
and mind
plenty
your
of fans
own,
to get
cuz.
us all the way through the end of his life.
For real, son. Just
So that's what he
just
needs
stop.
to fucking worry about. He's gonna listen to us forever. 85 years
Forever?
old, Grizzy baby, talking shit about what's his name?
Nerd
I
Nash.
already forgot
Nerd
it.
Nash. Yeah, that's right. I'm about to cut your
Fuck
ass,
out of here,
boy.
dog.
So what's up, MJ?
So I kind of felt left out last week because I didn't get to join in on the.
It's not our fault you can't fucking change your schedule, nigga.
Did you cry?
Nah. So I'm gonna answer the fucking questions this week. Fuck y'all. So
No, please don't put us through that episode again.
listen, it's
Let
gonna
me
be-
get everything to make the shit sound good, and then we're on to the next one.
If I woke up as the opposite sex, I'd probably finger myself too and play with my tits.
Let me hear this
Some
ankle
shit,
lock.
cuz.
Ankle lock. How long did you think about this?
No, that nobody gives a fuck about that. That was a dumbass question, honestly.
You really
Okay.
wanted to answer that though.
He's
And
like,
then,
I'm gonna play with that pussy.
Why?
Fuck
Did you
that
want
shit.
to
I'ma
answer? He's
beat
like, I
myself
can't wait till
up.
I get back
If
on
I
the
had
show.
24 hours to live, I would bring fresh water to an African village. I would do that.
Oh, this nigga had like 7
No,
days to think
that's
about this
That's
shit.
something I've always
dog.
This
wanted to
nigga
do.
want to pull
Fuck
some
outta here.
Akon shit.
You won't even bring fresh
$250,000.
water to the
Why
fucking
do you
show.
need 24 hours to do that shit?
It's a lot of work,
What, you gonna put it on your fucking head in a bucket?
nigga. Anyways,
The fuck? You taking that shit to
$250,000. I would buy a Lambo. Don't
And you
ask me
still
why.
gonna have a car payment.
Nigga, you can't
How?
even fit them tree trunks in that bitch. Dog. What the fuck you talking about a Lambo?
Your ankle lock.
$250,000. That's all you
Then-
get. How you gonna put gas in it? You just bought the Lambo.
Yeah,
That's
but it's a
it.
business. It's bigger than that. Then
That's what she said.
the last thing, the zombie. Oh no, it's not the last thing. The zombie apocalypse. I would bring Trev
Man, I'm 3 for
Grizz.
3, my nigga.
and Reggie with me.
Oh,
Hey,
word.
Reg made it, dog.
Reason being, Grizz and Trev play PUBG with me, and we run like a fucking unit. So I would bring them, and then Reggie knows how to fix cars. So if we find a
Hey,
Good one.
We
that
find
was
the
a good
car.
one. That was a good
Thought
reason.
about that.
yeah,
Good
we
job.
find a
You
car.
know,
Reggie
every
knows how
day
to
I
get
still
it.
forget that Reggie's a mechanic. Every fucking day.
He's an exotic
Whenever Reggie
mechanic.
comes up, you have a visual of when you hear someone's name and then it's that visual of the person. All I could think of him is that in a baby blue fucking suit, sweating with underarm sweat, talking about, yeah, man, we
Nah,
living.
you gotta do the visual. Him pulling out out of the car. Hey, can I fix your carburetor? Yeah, I'll fix that carburetor right there. Yeah, right there.
And then
With a cigarette on his bottom lip.
the 7 needles. I would give AIDS to Posh because she gave me AIDS.
Wow, is there
No.
something that you guys want to talk about? on
No,
the
she
show?
did not. She did not physically give me AIDS. She gave me AIDS in her situation.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically.
In her situation shit.
Anyways, Trev, I would give you herpes because
Thanks, dog.
everybody has herpes. So
What?
everybody
Yo,
does.
boy.
There's times.
Everybody has
Yo,
herpes.
Yeah.
Everybody does.
There's
You do.
the
I
numbers
do.
are rough.
Yeah,
What?
everybody
Why the
does.
fuck are we
Nah,
using
nigga, I don't
condoms
have
if
no- I don't
already
have no
got it?
Bro,
outbreak.
pimples
fuck
and
is a
shit. That's a
condom?
form of herpes.
Yo, bro, no.
I haven't had a
that's
pimple since fucking
didn't
third
say-
grade. I'm
it didn't say
Anyways.
herpes.
motherfucker.
All right, it said pimple.
I would give
Fuck outta here.
MB diabetes because if he doesn't have it, he looks like he does.
A pimple is from dirt under the skin. It's
fucking
not
All
dirt.
right, all right.
Ankle lock.
Dermatologist Ian, thanks.
Yeah.
I would
Nigga.
give Reg chlamydia by the way he dances at Arrow.
Wow.
Say he would
Yo, you
give.
better chill out
Hey,
before
did you
shit
put?
hits the
Hey,
fan,
did
dog.
the shit hit the fan when you was getting it down in the?
He said he
area?
would give.
All right, let's go. Keep it going.
Then I would give Grizz incurable diabetes because he can lose weight. So trying to help you out there,
I
bro.
appreciate that, brother.
And Ian, I would give you
No more
gonorrhea.
Menchies.
Gonorrhea.
Fuck out of here,
Yeah.
no more Menchie's. I'm going
Wow.
on the Menchie's date tomorrow.
That's decent.
Yeah.
You feel me?
But that's my shoot the shit.
Yo, shout out to my Menchie's date tomorrow. That's where the fuck we going.
With
to
who?
Menchie's. Motherfucker, you doctor, I ain't answering that. I just said that's where I'm going.
So Ian,
go
you got
ahead.
anything to shoot the shit since it's episode 2 for you?
Nah, my week was type
This
boring,
nigga,
man.
oh,
You
this
feel me?
MB ass nigga.
Listen here, Pac. What you got for us, dog? We waited 18 episodes for you. You had to come with something.
Well, I'm down here in
19.
Orlando, so at the same time.
Oh, so now
like-
it's bum, right? Now you're gonna be like Orlando's
you didn't
bummy
go
nigga.
here.
I'm not saying that.
shit.
It's just not. I'm not gonna see everything. Like,
Yo, he act like he from Free World, dog. This ain't 8 Mile. You better relax,
Wait
bro.
until y'all niggas see
Nah,
what this nigga has on.
I just had. What's up, though?
Wait until y'all see what this nigga has on.
Motherfucking baby.
Why
Pac.
Marcus look at him though like he
1
was
Pac,
like he
2
looked
Pac,
good?
3 Pac, 4 Pac, 3 Pac, 2 Pac.
But anyway, yeah, nothing much though, man. Nothing crazy that comes to mind.
This
I know.
nigga,
That
God,
was
you-
the whole week of preparation for
fuck,
that.
Ian, God.
Like, you know you're on a show now. Like, you don't think of nothing, go outside just
hey,
to
you
talk
see what
about
happens
something?
when you don't got no content? You sit on the side like that nigga. Come on, dog. You better get right, dog. You don't fuck off.
Shit, we don't even let
man.
MB
We
come
didn't.
to the
MB
studio
couldn't
no
even
more.
come in today, dog.
He
So
motherfucking 1 week suspension.
shit.
Jesus Christ.
I mean,
All right, so you got anything else? Anything else to add? You ate good? You smoked good? Did you do something?
I mean, I always smoke good.
Yo, how was that lasagna? How was that lasagna I made for y'all the other day?
Yeah, yeah.
Sure, yeah. Let's
Grizzly
talk
did
about
his
that,
thing,
man.
dog.
Yeah, I
That
know.
shit was
Okay,
banging.
yo, Chef
I
Grizzly's
didn't
here.
get a fucking
Wait, what the
lasagna.
fuck? When did
No,
this
but you
happen?
didn't come over.
Oh, you were in
though.
I
Miami.
wasn't
You were in
invited.
Miami. What you mean? You were busy.
Doing what?
Uh-oh.
Your fucking hair, dog. I don't know. Shit was good though. But no, I'm sorry. Why
Wow.
didn't we call?
It's all good. Don't
Don't
ask
nigga.
me for no
Why
more
I
fucking
didn't-
food. No,
Nigga, you
no,
said you were coming over and
no.
making food. What I'm
What
gonna
the
do?
fuck happened?
No.
Invited the,
There was
the
some-
squad?
Your girl probably showed up, and that's why I wasn't invited.
Wow. Listen.
Which one?
Oh.
Okay.
You want to move this along? All right.
76 and
Okay.
77?
Yeah. You a fucking hook
Wow.
ankle lock.
All right, let's
By
get
the
into
way,
this.
Y'all
MJ's
take
new
it
name is
easy,
ankle
though.
lock to go with his partner, 4 feet. All right. So did any of you guys witness a lot of school fighting when you were up in that bitch? I know Pasha only went to 8th grade, but anyone else?
Fuck you. School fights. A bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of them.
Woo.
Half of them
Like-
you weren't
You
included
chose
with?
this and prepared. Follow me.
Nigga,
How
you
many-
know where the fuck I'm from? Yo, first
How
of
many
all,
were you a
shout
part
out.
of?
Huh?
How many were you a part of?
A bunch. A
Actually, I
lot.
remember you telling us that story about when you came home from school that one day and some bitch was trying you. That was a great story.
So
Your
got
mom burned the
bullied.
dress?
That's what it was.
Yo, listen,
That
man.
built up
I
your
was.
confidence today.
It wasn't about building up the confidence, but I feel like going to school and getting into fights and all of that's a part of growing up and that's a part of life. Like, you have to go through that shit. Like, my kids, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, my kids, they're growing up completely fucking different than what I did. And I'm mad at that sometimes because as much as I want to give my kids something more to look forward to, and I work so hard to take them out of a certain environment,
They need that rough edge.
there's just, I'm sorry, like, I don't give a fuck. It sounds how it sounds. I don't care. There's a certain advantage that one has when you come from the hood. I don't give a fuck what anybody
Yeah, I
says.
call my little 2 and 4-year-old little bitches when they cry all the time. I got you. I feel you.
Like, I just feel like when
Damn,
you
dog,
come
I'm
from the
telling my nieces
hood, there's
that.
just a certain advantage that you have. Like, you're more
Got an
cutthroat.
edge.
You're more like, you're more on point. You look at shit differently. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a certain advantage that you have. And yes, growing up, there was a bunch of fucking fights, like a bunch of fights. I'm talking about, I've seen people like get their fucking faces sliced open. I've seen somebody fucking shot right on the block. Like, I've seen people
can check
get
the next.
fucking jumped. I've seen people fucking pick up bottles from the side of the fucking street and cut some bitch's face open. Like, I've seen all of that shit.
How about rocks?
Where did you see that?
Oh,
at?
that's Jamaica.
Me, I'm born and raised in Perth Amboy, but I spent a lot of my time in the Heights.
Word.
So
So you're just not going to represent Patterson today?
I'm not from Patterson. I'm from Perth Amboy, New Jersey.
Nigga,
That's
she
2
almost
blocks
cut
away
you,
from
dog.
Patterson, dog.
No, your
Anyway,
mom's
shout-
from Patterson.
Oh,
Damn.
yeah, at least she's a citizen.
Is that a bad spot or something?
asshole? Huh? No, that's where the fucking federal jail is at.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
So for me, when it came to fights, I went to private school most of my life. When I went to West Orange
Of
and
course you did.
Dr. Phillips, then I saw a few. But when it came to me being in fights, I really wasn't, I try to really chill. Like, I'm one of those, my white side is really crazy. So when I spaz, I spaz. It's kind of like what Reg was saying. Like, there's no stopping me. So I try not to get in a fight. But I remember this one time, what were we in, 7th grade, 8th grade, Ian? And this dude kept, or maybe it was 9th grade. I don't remember. Because it had to be like 9th grade.
Yeah, it was 9th grade.
And this dude is just fucking with me. And I'm like, dog, stop. I'm just not in the mood. I wasn't in that mood at all, right? And so he just kept fucking with me. I said, all right, bet. I grabbed this nigga by his throat and fucking threw him on the table just so he'd stop fucking off. But I try not to get into it because I know I get to a point where, like, I just, like, when you see blood and you just keep on going, that's how I would be.
Yeah, when people rage,
So I try to stay away from that as much as possible because,
Did you think
again,
about
I
shooting
will,
up the
I will
school?
be beastly. No.
Okay, cool.
No.
What was Ian doing? Ian was there?
Ian was there.
I laughed
Yeah.
because I already knew it was gonna happen.
Like, why did they fuck with you? You probably double their size.
See, listen, I'm gonna say it. It was Bird. So at the end of the day, he was coming around hitting people in the head with a water bottle. So he was hitting people in the head with a water bottle, walking down. We had like long tables and
I think I told him, don't do it.
So I'm seeing him, and Trevor's like, "Hey, don't play around with me." We seen him coming down the line. So me and Trevor already know that we both gonna fix him if anything happens. You feel me? But he didn't give me the chance to do anything. He just Tekken 3 hiked him up and just right there.
I think he's like, oh, Trevor won't do shit. Let's do it to Trev.
Nah,
What school was
all
that?
I seen was his little legs just squirming all in the air and shit. That shit was
And what school was that?
funny.
West Oaks.
West Oaks Academy. It's a private
Oh,
school.
that was at the private school.
Yeah.
Yeah, slamming
Yeah.
people in the private school.
Yeah.
I got expelled from that private school, actually.
Oh,
It was
I would have
sucked.
never thought you would have been someone to get expelled. Never in my fucking life.
It's kind of shitty too, though.
Nah,
Yeah,
I've
but that's
seen
for
some
another day.
crazy shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
you got expelled on some crazy shit?
Yeah, I got head. It was even on the the shit was even
How
on.
are you gonna hold that story back? Like, you actually had something to talk about that we wanted to hear. Go ahead, tell us.
Nah, well,
That was
This is
the
your
worst.
shoot the shit. Go
That was
for
the
it.
worst shit ever.
Oh
dog.
my God. So
Yo, he got hit at a basketball game in a bus.
no, I actually got head in the back seat of her brother's
yeah,
car
you're right.
while he
You're
was
right.
driving.
What?
He let his sister suck your dick.
I put him
Nigga,
on to somebody.
What?
Yo, my nigga, I'm
in
a pimp,
return,
my
he
nigga.
gave
You
you
feel
your
me?
sister
Ian
as
been
a
pimping,
fucking...
dog.
I'm a pimp, my nigga. I mean, if I want to, not anymore.
This
Not
nigga.
anymore.
Real quick, huh?
You feel me?
Not anymore.
Why? 'Cause
nigga.
you don't want your bitches to
He
get
set
mad?
something up.
Huh?
Oh, so you wifed up?
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm
He's a
yeah.
changed man.
For
Yeah.
the most part, I'm checking something out. You feel me? Seeing how it goes, but I'm
Oh,
not
yeah?
wifed up yet. But it's kind of looking like that. a
This shit
little
went left.
Yo,
so
so
fast.
anyway,
Yeah.
Can we get back to the head story? How did that happen?
All right, so basically, I got hit in the back seat of this guy's car, whatever, with his sister, and then basically she told everybody at school, and they just got all over the place. And it got to
Man,
her
that shit
brother.
seemed like it was the next day, dog.
Yeah.
I come into school, you fucking in the fucking principal's
Bro,
office.
it got to her little brother, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna tell pops," and he was just playing. So she went and told her dad that she was sucking on my dick.
So real
Tell that
quick though,
story.
quick though, when he says brother and sister, like they were half brother and sister, or like
Step.
step.
Oh, okay.
So
Still though,
but when the real brother found out, that's when shit hit the fan.
Dang.
the real brother. I didn't know even if the real brother didn't say
What
nothing to
little
me.
brother? Oh, you mean
Yeah.
yeah.
But
That
anyway,
little bitch ass nigga ain't getting no pussy, so he angry.
So that happened, and then the next morning, Trev is running to the fucking the doors and shit. Cause I'm like, I pull up and I'm going, and I see like her dad. You feel me? And he has like the stress balls in his hand, and he's just sitting there, just rotating them. 2 balls, like
Whoa,
that's kind of
wait,
awkward. You
pause.
feel me? Awkward. You feel me? But something in my energy was like, something ain't right. So I go.
At least he ain't fuck you up. He showed up
Hey,
to
Nah,
the
he would've
school.
got dealt with,
Like,
dog. He would've got
That's
dealt with,
hands
dog.
work.
it doesn't
Yo,
matter.
he would have got
though.
dealt with,
It
dog.
don't matter.
Yo, how you
He
gonna be mad
already
your
know.
girl
He
sucked my dick, dog? Like she
But
wanted to suck my dick. We ain't asked her to suck my dick.
Listen, bro. Time out for a second. Because you got kids and you got kids.
I get it, but if my daughter decided to put that in her mouth,
you
that's her
mean
choice.
you're a fucking liar. And I said
Well,
it. You're a liar.
would I be
'Cause let me
disappointed?
tell you
I'm gonna
something.
agree with
Let me
Fred.
tell you something,
I'd be
bro. If
disappointed.
my fucking daughter, I don't give a fuck what happened.
That's your daughter, because you're a girl.
I'm not showing up at a
Fuck
fucking
that.
school
I
though.
can't. Yo, listen.
Dog, if
Nah.
somebody's telling me my daughter sucked some dude off and they want to come talk to me in the principal's office about some shit, I'm not gonna be angry like I would if it was some other shit. Like a dude forcing himself on her or some crazy shit like that.
Of course,
I'm
but that's
wildin'.
something completely fucking different. But you still don't want to hear your fucking 14, 15-year-old daughter
But
fucking
how you-
sucking
but
dick.
Yo, listen, that's
you
how
do-
old I was.
I'm
and I had to
beating
tell
her
my mom,
ass.
you feel
I'm
me?
beating his
But you
ass.
deal with that at home though. You
Hey,
don't
look,
bring that.
I didn't say she,
What?
I didn't say she wasn't getting her ass whooped. I'm just
that was
saying,
consensual.
I'm not
You don't
going
bring
to the
that.
It's
school to
not
get a nigga
about
expelled.
filing
quick.
rape charges or abuse or anything like
That's the
that.
only-
I'm just beating your ass off rib. Like,
That's the
Alright,
only reason
that's
to show up
cool.
at the school is if it wasn't consensual.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm
Anyway.
not showing up to school. This nigga got expelled because of this shit.
I'm not saying I'm showing up
supposed to
to
go
the
to
school
Spain.
to talk
They
to the
kicked me out for
fucking
that shit.
principal. What
Miss
I'm
D,
trying
you
to
had a
say is
fat
if
ass.
it
I
was
wanted to
my
beat last
kid,
time. I ain't gonna front.
you know what?
I ain't gonna front. 9th grade, Miss D.
Yo,
Oh
that
my
was a fun trip
God, I
too,
want-
dog.
What?
What I'm saying is I'm not showing up to the school to talk to the principal. I'm showing up to the school on some like, I point him out and he's getting dealt with. I'm not talking to the
The
fucking
fuck
principal.
you dealing with him for?
What
Nah.
you mean? No. I don't give a fuck.
So if your
My daughter better be a fucking
your daughter
virgin.
said, "Ma, I wanted to suck that dick." She said, "Ma, I
I'm
wanted to
beating
suck."
her ass.
Okay, I get
And that-
beating her
and it
ass,
ends-
but how you
and it
gonna
ends
beat
right
his
there.
ass?
I'm beating his ass because I don't give a fuck. That's my daughter, nigga. I don't need an excuse
Oh
to beat
my
your
God.
ass.
Nah,
Nah.
What?
nah.
Yo, and let me
Nah.
tell you what else.
And I got girls, and I'm still
I've
like,
seen one girl like that. In
We all
Brooklyn,
have daughters.
Yo,
we
and she
all
got
have
knocked
daughters.
out.
Nah.
All right.
So just be careful.
Nah.
All right.
I'm just
All
saying.
right.
But anyway, back to the story.
Tosh, how old were you when you got your first dick sucked?
I was 17,
Okay, thanks.
actually.
I rest my case.
And my dad went and got the fucking machete
Did you
out of the
really?
fucking garage and threatened to fucking kill him. That was not what?
Yo, your dad needed to
bro.
end it right there. Why pull out the machete with threats? Kill that
Listen,
motherfucker.
He wasn't in the
guess what,
motherfucking
though?
house.
Look at-
I was
look at him
telling
over here.
him.
Yo, listen.
This nigga.
At the end of the
This
day, he
motherfucker.
threatened him. But was that the last dick that you ever sucked?
It wasn't.
Okay, so
But
that's
nigga,
my,
you guys
that's-
were fucking
It doesn't matter.
teenagers.
He got scared off. He got scared off.
That
but-
nigga was pussy is what the fuck I'm
All right.
saying.
So we talking
all right.
about bullying and shit or what?
No, we were talking
You know
about.
what I'm saying?
I was trying to finish my story real quick. They got on that little heated
Anyways,
debate.
dog, let's let that ride, dog.
So in any of the fights that you guys had at school, I know you said there was some bottles and shit. Did you guys ever see any weapons like of mass destruction, like some guns or some fucking grenades?
Not
Yeah.
inside the
Nah.
motherfucking school.
Nah,
Yeah.
not inside school.
Not
I
inside
think the worst thing I saw was like a razor
Edgewater?
blade.
Huh?
Edgewater?
Edgewater, Evans, and Colonial.
Oh,
You went to
Ed-
Evans?
Yeah.
Oh shit, nice. We alumni.
I didn't last.
Rep
there.
that, nigga.
I didn't
Nobody
last
wants
there.
to claim
I got
that shit.
expelled from there too.
For what?
Fighting.
Oh
Nah.
yeah, that's possible. I can
There
see you
was
fighting
one
there.
time, as far as like weapons are concerned, I
Light
never
skin
seen a
against dark skin
gun
shit.
in
Shit
the
was real.
school, outside the school, you know what I'm saying? Because it was always on the fucking block, but never inside the school. But there was this one time, so my cousin had beef with this bitch, right? And the girl kept fucking with her. My cousin was like, yo, I'm gonna get this bitch one day. And I was like, here we go. Yo, my cousin sat there, she took out a bobby pin. And the bobby pin be having like a cushion on the end, because if not, you know what I'm saying, you'll fucking poke at your scalp. Yo, my cousin took the fucking cushion off the bobby pin and sharpened that bitch up and then put it in her hair, you know what I'm saying, very carefully the next day to school. And when she saw that bitch, she got that bitch.
That's some
she,
jailhouse shit.
She fucked that bitch's face
So she was at the
up.
house
Who was at the
when
house?
she sharpened up the bobby pin?
Yeah.
Why don't she just
Why
bring a
did she
knife?
just bring a knife?
Nigga, who the fuck is going to school with a knife?
It's easy. Throw that bitch in the
There's
There's
backpack.
metal
knife.
detectors. Hold
it's
up.
not
No. School in motherfucking Jersey and school in
Oh,
New
yeah, you
York,
got
they
metal
got metal
detectors.
detectors.
You got
You're
metal
not going to
detectors. You're
school
not
with a
doing that.
fucking gun. Hell no.
You
I-
privileged ass Florida folk.
You
I know, right?
motherfucking Floridians.
We were able to freely bring our
That's the
guns.
only, that's the only time I was able to
The
bring my
Second
shit.
Amendment,
Yeah.
stand the fuck up.
Yeah, nah, she fucked her up though. It was pretty bad.
Ain't that about a bitch? Any of you?
She did some prison shit.
Harold, you don't got shit to add?
To what? To
You went
to
to Evans,
Evans.
nigga. Come on.
well, a lot of the shit at Evans, you know, we
Yo,
were.
I'll tell you about. I seen
Drug deals
the
gone
funniest
wrong?
fight I've actually encountered was when I was do you remember Miss Ishman?
Nope.
All right. Well, all right.
Nigga, this ain't fucking remember the day.
Well, it don't matter.
fucking
He said he went to-
podcast.
He said he went to Evans.
Yeah, but
I
the people
did. I
listening don't
graduated in
fucking know.
2000.
Yo, but all the shout out to everybody that went out to Evans. You feel me? Anyway, so
Or nah.
I went to the bathroom, and I'll go outside and I just see tracks of weave like all over the floor. So I'm like, what the fuck?
It's normal in Evans.
So I'm just like, so
You know what? You never went to Evans,
So,
okay? You were
I'm
at
just-
fucking summer camp. You didn't know what the fuck we were doing, dog. We were playing tonk. We were
Yeah.
playing dice. We were pitching quarters and dollars.
Yo, I
Tonka
definitely
was
know
We were making
Tonka.
money over there.
So
Remember I took all that
I
money
walk
from you?
outside and I see all these tracks in the middle of the hallway, and I'll just like follow the track. I gotta go to the bathroom anyway. You feel me? So I'm just following the tracks, like 5 of them. I open the double doors, I go through it, and then these two bitches just going at it, fight. I'm like, holy shit. I was, and then didn't think about
we
like,
appreciate those sound effects.
I know.
you got to, man. You feel me? Let people know what's in the moment.
So when
But
was the time you guys seen some guns in a beef?
Never
Definitely
seen a
not
gun
in school.
in a beef. No.
Really? Never?
Never.
Shit. There's
seen
weekends I can't
lots.
even go out because of that dumb shit.
Yeah.
Ain't that?
Ain't
So
that
never
about
a power?
Oh no, there was a time.
Oh, tell
Yeah.
me about it.
All right,
In
so
band camp?
nah.
I'm gonna pull my flute out on you.
So I can't believe you didn't let me roast that s'more, bitch. I'm gonna shoot the shit out of you.
It's kind of a fucked up story, but it was a chick's birthday party at this old apartment complex that we used to live at, and Nina went with me along with my best friend Sandro. Y'all met him, and
Dro?
yeah, Dro, and we were
it was
about
an
to
ad-lib, nigga, not for you to read.
Oh, my bad. So we're about to leave, right? I'm waiting downstairs. This nigga is like hot downstairs for no reason. And then he's like, yo, I'm gonna go get my gun. And I'm like, all right, whatever. So this nigga, sure enough, comes back with this 1980s hand pistol. Like,
He had the president.
bro,
Lincoln.
that shit it looked dusty as fuck. So I'm like, yo, this nigga's got a gun. Let's go. Nobody listened until he started popping off. And then we ran, left Nina because I was running. And
Nina, your
bro,
fucking
no,
wife.
fucked
with the
up.
gunshot.
listen,
End of
I
story.
told her to run.
Was this before
It's-
or
You
after?
told her to run, you Kevin Hart ass nigga.
This is why it was
Yo,
a fucked up
joking about
story.
shit.
So I had to run back.
You 6'5" for no
Was
good
this
reason.
before or after the wedding?
It was before.
She knew she was marrying a fuckboy. She should have knew way before.
Oh.
She should have known
Damn,
Shit.
bro.
Whoa.
Damn.
Facts, B.
I went
Shit.
back and got her though.
She just wanted to
You
pop
went
Oh,
back.
you came
But
back
what if
and
she was
saved
dead,
her.
I went
though?
back and
You
got
went and got
her.
your
But
Superman
what if
cape?
she died though?
She didn't die though. She I went back and got her.
Yeah,
so
you
yeah,
did.
that was my only time with a gun.
Ain't that about?
You know what?
Yeah.
Hey, listen. You know what? At the end of the day, it's a reflex, man. Niggas hear shit. We run.
It
we don't
is.
ask no questions.
Thank you.
Pume. You feel me?
Yo.
It's just
And I was like, oh shit, Nina's back there. Let me go back. Go back and go get
But
her.
he
That's
was
never
like,
happened
So if
to
you
you?
would have seen the dude in a head just busting, would
But
you
no,
have re-ran?
the
Because it's not
fact-
like you're going to kill him
the
at
ma-
that point.
the-
Save yourself, right?
The matter of the fact was, I told everybody, yo, let's go. He's got a gun. Like
But he
5
was
minutes,
like busting off
5
into the
minutes
crowd.
before
Was
he
it in
actually
the
shot.
air?
At
Was
the same
it like?
time, this is your fault again.
All right.
Because you fucking dating a Latina. She's not going to listen to you in the first place. So you're going to have to drag her with your fucking big ass ankles and take your ass out there. You know
Ankles are
this.
strong as fuck, my nigga. But
You know
yeah, I
that.
told these
Fucking
niggas
street
5
song.
minutes before he started shooting, yo, let's go. He's got a gun.
Nigga, why you
Nobody
just ain't
listened.
grab her and go, nigga?
Yeah.
You the man.
They were upstairs.
I got a
They were upstairs?
I got
Alrighty
a
then.
story for you.
Storytelling
as
ass
far
you.
yeah, man. New York, you see a lot of shit.
Yeah, let's go,
So
Pop.
we was coming in from a function in Manhattan, like me and my guys.
It's like smoking weed to function?
Don't worry about that function.
They were playing fucking dice in the
Anyway, so we get to the
wild.
east. This is East New York. So we get there and there's a party down the road. So, we heard about, so we was about to go. So we end up going down there and then there's an argument. This girl's like, oh, you're not even supposed to be around here and shit like that. She's like, you can suck my dick. Brooklyn bitches be saying shit like
I was
Why-
gonna
why
say
did
that
he say
she
that,
said his
huh?
shit off.
huh?
So she said it just like that. You can suck my dick.
Yeah. And then she said, you can suck my man's dick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That's wow.
So,
Fine.
here's the thing when you have bitches that actually put you in a situation like that, because guess what, that
You ain't got
whole
bitches that
party
put you in situations
got
like
shot the fuck up. The man bodied her, shot her in the head, shot her homegirl.
Damn, this
and
went south.
looked, he's like, yeah, you see what that bitch got you in? He's like, yo, boom, boom, clicked him up, shot up the rest of the whole block. Helicopters. This is over there on East New York, over by Stanley and Wortman.
And you just happen to
Damn.
walk by.
Happened to pull up.
Ian's like,
I'm trying to tell you though, this shit
Wow.
be fucking real in New York. Like that shit is not a
people don't
fucking game.
understand. There's a lot of shit you see up there. That's why I'm saying, you say, I just got down here. You feel me? I just moved down. You say, you ain't got no content? Where? I have to like go to a building in a function for that. Why not just been
This
setting
nigga.
up?
Yo,
or
but-
Arrow.
You
on
salty?
a Sunday.
You salty on that comment,
No,
nigga?
I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm
Jesus.
salty.
Like you've
Yeah,
been,
I'm salty.
You've been living
I can smell
wild
it from here,
Just
nigga.
act like what happened over there 3 months ago happened last week and go with it.
Heard you.
All right,
Sales,
but check
nigga.
this
I just
out.
don't. I
One
feel
time
you.
at
I just don't
Marcy,
lie.
so my cousin, no.
Oh, my bad.
My
you
cousin-
wild corny, B. Okay, go. Sorry.
So my cousin, she had ran away from home, right? So my aunt calls me up and she was like, your cousin ran away. And I'm like, fuck, here we
This
go
shit
again.
went from school shit to fucking into hood shit.
Y'all niggas
real
talk
fast.
about
Yo, niggas
guns.
is
No,
from the
this-
hood. Except for
So
right?
I had an idea where she was at. So I was like, all right, I'm going to jump in the car and I'm going to go drive to her, try to talk to her, try to get her to come back home. So it's me and her best friend. Mind you, I have my son and I'm pregnant with my daughter, with Jada. So my husband at the time, he was like, I'm going with you. So I'm like, yeah, I don't think this is one of the situations where you want to come with me. He's like, nah, I got to go. You're my wife. What the fuck? So now it's me, my ex-husband, my husband at the time, my cousin's best friend, and it was my homeboy, Lenny. So we're all in the car, and I had to bring my son with me because who the fuck else is staying with him? Everybody's in the fucking car with me. So we pull up to the Marcy Projects, get out the fucking car. I tell my husband, I was like, yo, I'm going to go with D, and we're going to go get Janet. I'm going to be right back. He was like, no, I'm not letting you go by yourself. Listen, my nigga, do not get out this car. Like, please stay in the car. I'm going to be right back. He didn't want to listen. So we go in the fucking building, go up the stairs, whatever. We go knock on the door. We ask for the dude. We're like, yo, is so-and-so here? He was like, yeah. And I was like, yo, tell my cousin to come outside. So he's like, all right. Closes the door. So I'm sitting there, pregnant as hell, with my cousin's best friend. And I see my fucking husband coming up the stairs. And I'm like, this nigga did not stay in the fucking car. Yo, 2 minutes later, some dude comes down the stairs. He's like, what up? And I was like, what up? He sits down on the fucking stairs. So I'm like, all right. Next dude comes out of the fucking elevator. What up? What up? He posts up. I was like, fuck. 2 niggas come up the stairs. They're like, yo. And I'm like, yo. So they're standing around. So I'm like, great. This is some bullshit right now. So nigga comes back outside and he was like, yo, what the fuck y'all niggas is doing in my building? This, that, the third. I was like, nigga, I don't even know you. Like, I'm here for my cousin. Who's that nigga with you? That's my husband. He's like, yo, man, we don't want no problems. She's pregnant. That's my wife. This, that, the third. Yo, listen, all I know is we left without my cousin. We all had to evacuate. Like, yo, abort mission. Yo, like, so fucking fast. I remember trying to walk back to my car and then texting my son's godson that was in the, or godfather that was in the car. And I was like, yo, please drive off with the car. Like, drive off with the car. He's like, where are you going? Drive off with the fucking car. Yo, they was about to spray up my fucking whip with my son in the car. They was about to spray me up. They was about to spray up my husband. Like, we had to walk so far away from that project to just even get out of that situation. Like, yeah, niggas like that, they don't fucking play. So that's my story on guns.
We
Has
interrupt that
anybody,
break. Chicken fingers.
has anybody had shot
Chicken
anybody
fingers.
before?
What happened?
Anybody shot anybody before?
Nigga, why we
And we're gonna
what?
admit that on the
air?
show, right,
Can we
Pop?
get back to this concept? God dang it. Let's get back to the
What?
fucking concept. So, did students then have as many issues as students today? Does anybody know if they're a student today?
You know what? For the most part, I think it would be worse today than it was back then.
How?
Just
Social media would be the only thing I'd say.
That's the only thing.
But that's fucking huge. People didn't have that. What was the worst thing that was going to get spread? You were a hoe at your school via a note? Right now, if they put that shit on social media, every motherfucker at every school knows about your little bit of business.
We had instant messenger back then.
I mean, we did have quite a bit.
What?
I
In
mean-
2000, you
I mean, you had
that's a
AOL
little-
still, people wilding on you on AOL.
Yeah.
You had all that still.
Yeah, I was graduated by the time
I mean,
started.
I guess you got to look at it like, in what sense is it worse? Like, how does social media make it worse? Like, personally, to me, my daughter gets to fucking walk to school every morning and I have no fucking care in the world. That to me is better. My
What do you
son
mean
gets
she
to
has no
fucking...
care in the world?
Like, I get to see my daughter off to school every morning. I don't got to worry about her catching a bus. I don't got to worry about her having to
Oh,
go
I
through a
see.
fucking hood in order to get to school. My son
Oh, you're
rides his
doing
fucking
versus
bike
you.
to school.
All
That's
right,
what I'm
bet.
saying. Like, I don't see how today is any worse than what I personally grew up doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe worse. I mean, I guess you could say social media, but to what extent?
I mean, it kind of goes into our next question, but in regards to social media, it's the bullying because it happens
But
in school.
how?
But then it can also happen
mean
at
how?
home through social media.
How,
It doesn't stop.
cyberbullying? That's
Yes,
what you're
it's
referring to?
24/7.
Yeah,
Let me
but
tell you
that's
something,
real
bro.
shit, though.
How?
Oh,
If-
Pop.
if- if
But why?
Oh, she don't
cyber-
got Netflix, huh? I forgot.
It's
Yeah.
not about that. What I'm trying to
13
say,
reasons.
it's not about, listen, my whole thing is this. Nigga, I grew up in certain circumstances, in a certain environment. I don't give a fuck about what you're saying about me on the fucking
Yeah.
internet. You think
I
I
got
give
you.
a fuck, my nigga?
Yeah, but
you know
our
how much
kids and
shit I've gone through?
younger kids
And I'm
don't think
supposed
that.
to be, what? Because a bitch said, oh, Pasha's a hoe, so I'm supposed to be, oh my God, my whole life. How am I going to wake up this morning? How I'm going to
You're speaking
continue?
about one
Get
person,
the
though.
fuck out of
These
here,
kids
bro.
are
You're
as
speaking about
mentally
you. It's
stable
different
and
for someone
strong
else.
But
as it was
I'm
back
not
then.
talking about me. I'm just talking about even my generation growing up. Niggas did not give a fuck about what somebody had to say on Instant Messenger or on fucking Facebook or on Twitter. It's like if you feel some type of way, bitch, you fucking see me. And when you see me, I will deal with it. And that's that. I don't understand how you
nigga.
allow somebody like a complete stranger in the internet to rattle your fucking
Yeah, but
world
it
like
happens.
that.
They're
That's
born
my
from
point.
Not all the
Income.
time's a complete stranger, though. It's those kids from the same school that you go to.
And
I mean, all right. So here you go, Posh. Let's. How old is your daughter?
my daughter's 10.
Okay, so let's just say she's 16, 17, right? And she goes to a party, and she just hides from you that she's going to a party, and she goes to a party, and some shit happens, right? And from that party, the next day when she goes to school, everybody in school is just washing and just talking about her mom. Look what everybody's saying about me. But what do you think she's gonna do? Because if like I went to a school where there's 4,000 people, West Orange. So if
Nigga,
there's
I went to a
4,000 people
fucking
going,
school in a town that if something happened at 8, the fucking
whole
city
hood-
would know
yeah.
by 8:15.
I get it, but
like,
it's-
how is that different?
Well, I mean, it's different than knowing about what's going on than it being about you. I mean, was it about you doing something? I mean, that's the difference.
It
The
doesn't
whole-
Somebody's
matter.
bullying you
Streets
for
talk.
something.
It
And that's-
doesn't matter because I'm talking about if I'm okay. You're saying she's what, a teenager? So what? She's in fucking 8th grade high school. If I go back to, you know what I'm saying, being that age, right? And I'm at a fucking house party. It don't matter if it was about me or not. It could have been my fucking cousin was a fucking hoe and that bitch got a fucking train ran at her at the fucking party. If that shit happened at 9, by 9:05, the hood fucking knows.
But it stays in
And
the hood.
It
But
does
with
not
social,
stay in the hood
with
because at
social
the end of
media,
the
that
day,
shit can go viral.
you go to school the next day and you're still dealing with everybody talking about you from what the fuck you did the night before.
This
Yeah,
can
but
easily
imagine
go
if that
viral.
shit gets taken on, a video gets taken, and now that shit goes viral, and now that shit's seen 10 million times by people all over the world.
Nationwide.
These motherfuckers
Okay.
is stressing the fuck out.
Stop being a fucking hoe.
Yeah,
There you go.
exactly.
The grandmother fucking
That's what
lesson
I
of
was
it all.
gonna
Stop being a hoe.
Well, sometimes
If you
a bitch
wasn't
can't
being a
stop being a
fucking
hoe.
hoe, then that shit wouldn't have happened to you. I don't feel bad for certain things. Like cyberbullying to me, I'm sorry, bro. That shit is fucking stupid. And I tell my kids every single fucking day. I feel like personally, this goes back to training. At least back then, my dad had 4 girls. So my dad had a full-time job. My dad had like a full-time job and like 2 part-time jobs. We barely saw our fucking dad.
He was Jamaican?
No, he's Dominican. You know what I'm saying? Like he was never really home like that. Like we had a father figure, you know what I'm saying? But as far as like physically being around, he wasn't there. My mother was home. I feel like it's important for parents to be home. That's the fucking problem nowadays. We're fucking, and I'm not even old. I'm 32. You know what I'm saying? My kid, I have a 14-year-old and I have a 10-year-old. But it's about how you're treating them and how you're fucking training them and how you're parent. You know what I'm saying? Like you're having that parenting time with
I mean,
them.
I get that.
You know what I'm saying? Because if nobody is home, then of course if the trend is cyberbullying, like my kids aren't allowed to do certain shit or see certain shit. That emo shit that everybody be on nowadays, my kids ain't allowed to see that shit. They ain't allowed to listen into it. They're not allowed to view no fucking channels or videos on it on YouTube. Because the last thing I need for my daughter who thinks she got it hard, which she fucking doesn't have it hard, so all of a sudden wake up in the mornings like, I'm emo today. I'm depressed. What the fuck are you depressed about? Do you even know what that word means? But because it's the cool thing to do, because it's exposed in school and in social media, then all of a sudden kids are talking
I'll
a
give you
certain
half
way.
that.
And
I'll
I
give you
think
half
that's
that.
why we get to a point where now kids are going to school and they're acting a certain way because they don't have nobody at home telling them, nigga, you better fucking cut it. Do you think that my son possibly thinks that it's okay to bring a gun to school, let alone go off on a whole student body?
There's no moms like you nowadays.
That's my
That's the
point.
problem, too.
That's my point.
But here, let me give you an example, right? So, as I've said it in the past, my mom is white, so I had a white-ass life. Life was gravy. Ask Ian. Ian wanted to come to my house every motherfucking day. So I had a lot of that, right? But when it comes to, let's say, bullying, I still got bullied. I
got bullied,
I've
too.
talked about it every day. Ian will tell you all day. Like, Ian probably helped me get out of a lot of shit. Ian made me cool, by the way. But anyways, but you have to understand how to handle that as an individual. You know what I mean? My dad didn't teach me how to handle that. My mom didn't teach me how to handle that. Luckily, between the both of them, I have enough willpower and understanding how to fend for myself after a while, you know, mix in a few friends here and there.
But there's
and
nothing
you can
wrong with
handle it.
losing a fight. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what makes
What
you.
I'm saying, though, is at the end of the day, everybody kind of wants to be involved. You know what I mean? That's all it has to do with. You know, if your friends are left, your friends are right, your friends are straight, your friends are back, whatever the case may be, everybody still at the end of the day wants to have love from somebody. And when nobody has love for you and everybody's beating you up, those are the type of people that are getting their ass whooped and getting bullied every day. And those are the type of people that are killing themselves. That's the difference. I get where you're coming from, hard body, but when nobody has nobody in their corner, that's when the shit gets rough. That's when that person doesn't know what to do. And guess what? They don't have their mom at home and they don't have their dad at home. So when somebody's beating their ass over their head about this or that, and then everybody else is ganging up on them as well, that's the type of people that are dealing with the shit we're talking about and being bullied and it being an issue.
But then that goes back to my point in the sense that people could talk shit all they want, but there's a certain sense of love still in the hood. Because at the end of the day, one thing that I know was when I was walking home from school, there was nothing I couldn't do that my mother didn't know by the time I got home.
Yeah.
Because somebody along the way was like, yo, that's so-and-so's daughter. Hey, I just saw your daughter turn this corner on such and such and such and such. Is she supposed to be around
Damn,
here?
how you a year old younger than me, dog? And fucking she has these lives like my dad had.
Well, because that's the hood though. So,
Yeah.
like,
You know what I'm
everybody
saying?
sees
Like there
everything.
was just certain things that it was like we had stuff like that in place. I can't wrap my mind around somebody being able to walk into school with a gun.
Yeah, that shit's raw.
Like I said, there was fucking metal detectors. That's just not happening in the school I was in. A whole lot of other shit may have fucking happened, but somebody walking into school and shooting the shit up, nah, son.
Yeah.
There might have been a fucking shootout outside the fucking school, but never inside the fucking school. Like,
Yeah.
never. And as far as like bullying, I'm not gonna sit here and say I was never bullied, but I'm gonna say is that was the shit that builds you. That's the shit that
I
makes you
agree.
be like, you know what, bitch? Not today. Today, you got yourself a fucking fight. I'm going to beat your ass. And I don't care if you beat my ass back. But
Yeah.
you're not going to sit here and continue to do certain things and think that that's okay. And that's the problem. These kids are growing up and they're so fucking sheltered.
Yeah.
Oh, she said that my hair was nappy today, so that makes me sad.
You throwing shots, dog?
Oh, you know, she told me my feet are big, so that makes me sad. I'm depressed. Depressed about what?
I ain't gonna lie though, I used to be bullied and then I turned into the bully.
Exactly, but
That's what
that's
happens.
eventually
But
what
that's what
happens.
happens.
But that builds you to that point.
How was
if
that
you was
movie?
never fucking bullied, you'd be a pussy. That's what the
That's
fuck
it.
happens.
Yeah.
So MJ, were you ever bullied?
That nigga was
I guess
bullied
so.
every day in his life. You could tell.
I guess I, wow.
Is that why
Wow.
you did that
Then he
beard out?
gangsta.
I was in fact not.
Yeah, he was actually pretty in the background.
Nah, I wasn't bullied
Yeah,
at all.
he had a
Did you
jolly
bully
life.
anybody?
Nah.
So you were just
I was just
chilling.
like,
Come on, this
chilling.
is MJ we're talking about.
I was
Who's
chilling,
that
bro.
nigga bullying?
I'm like Trev when it comes to my personality. Like if someone pushes me to that point, I snap, I see red, I don't see anything else.
You're not white, bro.
Yeah, but he's even a pain in the ass before that point. So what are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Him.
Oh.
Trev.
No, but when somebody gets me to that point, like I see nothing else but beating your fucking ass to the point to where you aren't breathing. Like that's what I see. So nope, I don't try to get into confrontation. I'm non-confrontational at all. So if someone says some shit, whatever, just let that shit
You guys are
roll.
Some fucking thugs.
What would you say if your daughter came home one day and was like, "Daddy, this kid is picking at me at school"? What would be your course of action?
I
Tell her to handle it.
I tell her to tell you the truth. To basically tell him not to touch you, not to talk to her, leave you alone. And if there's a problem, I'm gonna come to.
Nah, clap back, B.
I'm telling
nah,
Ari.
yo, Buddha,
I'm telling
I-
Ari
she
to
gonna be
square
fucking
up.
everybody.
No,
You
listen,
could
but I'm not.
tell.
No, listen, that's
But
cool.
she's adorable.
But at the same time, I don't feel like women should be trained to like.
I'm not
hit-
talking about fight. I'm just talking about like, yo, you gonna
No, 'cause
like
I
how I
tell her,
had to do,
I'm a-
dog. I had people were clowning me on a daily basis. Ask Ian, dog.
Yeah,
like,
what were they
I
making
was
fun
over
of you
here
about?
like, huh?
What were they making fun of you about?
My last name.
Oh.
So it was always like, is this, that, you know what I mean? It's just, and then you get
Really?
to a point you're like, nigga, I heard that 80,000 times already. You gonna shut the fuck up? But until you get to that point and then realize you gotta clap back and your clap back gotta shut them up to walk off, That's when you get good. And that's how I had to get. So, because I was tired of hearing the shit. And
This
like
nigga's
Posh
like
said,
the Biggie
I just
Smalls
told
of the
myself that I
podcast.
was tired of the shit. And after a while, ask Ian, you just
You'll
have
get it
shit to
later.
shut people up. Because like I told y'all, we were always around the older people. Like, yo, 9th grade, we were 12th graders. So, 12th graders always gonna cut on us because we the little niggas. Nah, nigga, you gonna shut the fuck up before I snap on your Slim Jim looking ass real quick. Right? And so, but again, it's who molds you. That's why we're a different breed. And it is scary for the future because, and that's one thing I definitely don't do with my daughters. I play with my girls rough so they know, you know what I mean? I don't want you crying on some everyday shit, even though my fucking daughter, Sarai, loves to cry about every fucking thing. But, it's just about molding them to get out of that. You know what I mean? Because to be strong, to do this. But at this age, I realize they don't know better. I don't think, really. You know what I mean? So you just got to teach them, like you said, be the parents that they need to be. Because our parents, not all of our parents, but in our generation and the generation after that for sure, they let the internet raise them. You know what I mean? We had the internet raise us a little bit at the end. You know what I mean? Or we were on that tip.
Shit,
But
nigga.
compared to what
I
these
had the
kids are,
fucking AOL disc, and
I
after
get
them
it, but
100 hours
disc,
right now, I was
AOL
done.
disc ain't telling you what happened in 1943 when there was a massacre around the corner. You know what I mean? AOL just got you linked to people and to flirt. You know what I mean? But now people have access to
Flirt.
finding.
You beat.
Anyways,
Yeah,
and you know what I mean? It's the internet nowadays, plus social media, plus videos, plus rap, plus everything else that's in the mix. I mean, remember, again, for me, I mean, yes, we had all that stuff, but it really wasn't like it is today. You know what I mean? Or I didn't see it that way when I was younger. You know what I mean?
I feel like nowadays there has to be a sense of balance. Like my son, Jesus Christ, God's still working on him. Because let me tell you, son, my son, when it comes to like his hands and like defending himself and shit, he's so white. Like, Jesus Christ, he's so fucking white.
So you gotta slap him and be like, come on, man, give me the man.
Let me tell you. So this is what happened.
This white people can fight.
Yo, listen. So you know what it is? But he's like, oh God, I can't
like
believe I'm
MJ.
saying this.
He
He's
got
like an
MJ
MJ.
hands.
Yeah, he like an MJ. Because he's the type. Because he's like, my son is not confrontational like at all.
But there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
He was like in kindergarten, right? And he
I can
went
see
through
Posh.
a
Nigga,
phase-
slap me, nigga, slap me, nigga, slap me.
No, I punch him,
Yo,
like not in the
this kid
face, but
is
like in
so
the
fucking
arms.
skinny,
Fuck
dog.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
the skinniest person on the block.
And he's like so proper. He's like, hi. Yeah. But so
Damn, what the fuck, bro?
one day he's in kindergarten, right? So I'm noticing that he's coming home from school and then it's like just weird shit. Like I could just tell like there was something going on, right? So like one day he comes home from school, his book bag's missing. I'm like, where's your book bag? He's like, oh, I forgot it at school. All right. So then the next day,
I'm your mother, nigga, don't lie to me.
right. It's like I'm peeping it, but I'm like, all right, I'm gonna let it ride. You know what I'm saying? Let's see how far this shit gonna go. So one day he comes home from school, his shoes off. And I'm like, how the fuck is
nigga,
your
you
shoe
ain't giving
off?
up no shoes. Dog.
Right. So he came home with the shoes, but they weren't on his feet. So I'm like, how the fuck? Oh, I
Nigga want
tripped
that
over
barefoot.
them and I just couldn't put it back on. I just walked home barefoot. All right.
I'm gonna beat your ass. You can't tie these shoes, nigga.
Some other shit happened. So then by then I was like, all right, bro, we talking about it. What's going on? So then his Alexa's older brother went to the same school as him, and he finally was like, Carol, I gotta tell you something. He's getting picked on by this other kid in the bus. So he's like, that's why that one day he didn't have his book bag on him or whatever. The one day with the shoes, it was because somebody was picking on him and they're fucking with him. They're taking his stuff. So I was like, oh,
Bet.
hi. So I show up the next day to the fucking bus and I told my son, I was like, point him out. So he points him out and I told him, I was like, if he puts his hands on you, you fucking swing. Like, I don't care how much it hurts your hand. I don't care. You're going to learn today, bro. You fucking swing on him. I got to specify that he's white one more time because this is what the fuck happened next. So he gets home from school, excited as shit, right? He's like,
I
Mom.
swung on that nigga.
Yeah. He's like, so he was picking on me and he pushed me. And I was like, and what did you do? He's like, and I punched him. And I was like, yes, like, that's my boy. Like, he's like, but he hit me back.
Oh shit.
He's like, in the eye.
Oh shit.
And it hurt. And I'm like,
Where'd you punch him?
nigga,
This
you're
nigga
not
gave him a love
supposed to
tap.
stop swinging. Like, I forgot to tell you that part. I thought that your instinct would kick in and you'd be like, oh, this shit feel good.
See
Bah,
red,
bah,
nigga,
bah.
see red.
No. It didn't happen like
Damn.
that.
So what happened
He came
the next
home with a
time?
black eye. So what happened the next time, right? My son comes home from school and he tells me, this was the last straw. He says, Mom, this kid told me that if I put my face in his lap, he'll give me candy. Nigga, I
fuck?
fucking
Oh,
loved
A kid
it.
said that?
A kid said that.
Oh, I'm wild,
What?
dog.
So I embarrassed
What grade
his
was this?
whole life. My son was in kindergarten. He was in 5th grade. I embarrassed his whole life. When I tell you, I showed up to school.
I can't hear that.
I showed up to school. I fucking called the Osceola County, like, to get the footage from the bus. I filed a police report. I nailed this little fucker to the wall. Like, and I told his mother, I was like, let me tell you something. I was like, if your son is telling that to my son, I said, I'm not even that mad as much as I feel bad for your son, because somebody in your house is making him suck dick just so that you know what the fuck is going on. Because no 10-year-old just says, suck my dick.
On my lap, yeah. Sheesh.
So it's different, but to the same extent, it's still the same shit. You still gotta fucking give them something to go off of.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't shelter them, man.
You cannot.
So at this point, how would you feel about the teachers in the school actually having guns?
Hell no.
Nah, bro.
Man.
There's some off-the-wall motherfuckers in West
Yeah.
Orange that I would not hand a gun to, bro.
You just imagine a teacher being mad at you. Like, I was a class clown, like, hands down. So
Yeah, that's not a good
Listen for
idea.
Ben shot
so
me.
you imagine just being on that nerve, and they'd be like, nigga, I told you, shut the fuck up.
So
And then pulling a gun on you too. Yeah, nah, I don't like that. That's not a good idea for me. But then again, it was weird for me to see that we have the sheriff department out there in the schools every morning escorting the cars and doing all this extra shit too. Like, that was something I wasn't used to.
There's been SROs
It's
in
always
every
like that.
I
school.
thought every school has a cop though. Like every school I went to
Well, they
had
do.
cops, unless
And
it's just black.
apparently the one in
because it's
Miami
black.
didn't do shit.
Well,
But, like,
that's some bullshit.
Evans,
No, the nigga didn't want to go
Colonial.
help. That's his. I mean, let's get to what this meat and potatoes of the show is, because we run into the end, right? We want to break down real quick about guns in school, guns coming into school, all of that. As everybody is aware, there was that shooting on the 14th of February down south. Was it? Yeah, Parkland, Florida. So here's my thing. And, Florida obviously jumped on to change laws ASAP, meet in the middle type shit. I have a few guns. I don't mind guns. I think if you teach your individuals in your house about guns aren't that dangerous. Depending on what you want to do with the guns is why it turns out to what it is. But there's so many issues with this situation and it affecting gun rights right now, or how people feel. That's really not the real issue. You could have had the FBI handle this situation a long time ago. You could have had the cop that was too scared to run into the school handle the situation. How the fuck do you let somebody go to school carrying a fucking assault rifle that don't go to fucking school?
Thank you.
Hold on, bruh. Ain't nowhere in West Orange history, ain't nowhere where I've been in my whole life of school, somebody could walk in with a bag that carries an assault rifle. I get it. I get it. You can break it down into pieces. But guess what? Even when you put it back together, somebody's going to see something. And again, everybody knew almost every fucking body.
Yep.
4,000 kids went to my school. Everybody was known. They knew who the fuck to watch out for. They knew not to worry about me or Marcus and whatever the case was. I mean, that's just how it was. So for everybody to be on this trip, and I totally feel for everybody. I'm sorry that you had a loved one missed, dead, whatever the case may be. And that's, trust me, don't. I feel bad for all of those people. But what's fucked up is people's mental capacity, like Posh is talking about. Where people at in their life. That's what needs to be done. You know what happens? When you go do a physical at your doctor and they ask you to go fill out a test so they can know if you're correct or whatever, that's the shit they need to be sending off. Because guess what? If I wanted to smoke weed 24/7 and say I have an issue, they wouldn't let me hold a gun. If they said I had mental issues, they could do the same thing. So
you can't even get your medical marijuana card without giving up a fucking concealed weapons. Like, you can't even have both.
So let's look at the situation again. Again, one more time. I feel bad about the situation, but when it comes to that shit, for it to be like, so now, right? If I have a house full of guns, I have guns. If I want my daughter to go to college at 18, 19, and my daughter's been around guns her whole life, knows how to handle a gun, knows how to do everything, but now my daughter can't go buy a gun when she goes to college to protect herself because some nigga might try to rape her or do some crazy shit. Now my daughter has to wait.
Bro, it's just like that in New York City. You can't even own a gun.
Nigga, this ain't New York City. This is Florida. I'm gonna talk about where I live right now. I'm talking about what I live by. And that part to me is a little rough because I get it. I totally come where they're coming from. But look at what all fucked up. It's like, look at all this bullshit that happened But hey, no, it's guns. Let's point at guns because guns did it.
Right.
Right? And that's the part that's hard for me at the end of the day. Again, I feel bad for everybody. I would feel the same as everybody else does. But there was facts on facts on facts. This should have been handled way before it even
got to where it
this
did.
school.
Absolutely. I mean, and I said that before. At the end of the day, somebody could fucking get a hold of a bomb. You don't fucking blame the bomb. You blame the person who set the shit off. You blame the bomber. But then all of a sudden, when it comes to guns, oh, it's the shooter. Oh, we got to get the guns off the street.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it, personally. I just never dealt with that type of crime in my hood. So there's certain things that it's
Well,
just
shit,
like...
some schools you wouldn't pop off. Like, you imagine like what happened right down the road, right? At, yes, Pulse. You think that would happen at any other club?
Nope.
Any other
Hell no.
different club, nigga?
Nah.
Nah, that dude would have got shot like 2 feet into the door. Not saying clubs ain't protecting themselves. I'm just saying you wouldn't have got away with that at that shit. Them
But
people
you know
want to go
what?
free, love life.
A good point that me and my brother, when we were talking about this topic and he brought up to me, it's resources. The way that we grew up, we ain't have those resources. Niggas ain't just buying fucking are you crazy? We're poor, nigga. You understand? Like, we're trying to figure out how the fuck the rent is gonna be paid at the fucking beginning of the month.
Yeah.
We don't got money at our disposal to be buying guns
But
and
even
doing
still,
this
even
and
if you
doing
had
that.
money, Posh, even if you had money, it's just like drugs. Everybody still finds a way to get high like a motherfucker.
Yeah, but there's certain
But
things.
what? There ain't no different. If you want to get high, you're going to get high. If you
But
want to find a gun to
but
go
it's
shoot
in
somebody,
the
you're going to find a gun.
But it's the environment. Look at where all of these things are happening. What I'm saying is, when you're in the fucking hood, even with drugs, let's talk about Florida. Who got the most fucking drugs in the schools? The richer schools. You know why? Because these niggas got money and they got access to the shit
Well, it's
because
not
they
that-
have
it's not-
money.
I would say they have a variety of drugs. I wouldn't say they have the most drugs.
Yeah, they got variety
The
and they
Walmart
got
of
a
drugs.
good
Well, let's
amount
say
of
this. When I
fucking
went
drugs.
to DP, I could have picked any drug I wanted. When I went to West Orange,
Yeah.
just get high, nigga.
Exactly, and that's what I'm trying to say. Like, there's just certain hoods that don't have access to certain things. Like, that was a nice little neighborhood. The kid had been there his whole fucking life. Like, nigga, like, honestly, you walk into fucking Walmart on Kirkland and try to buy a rifle, everybody looking at you. But do that shit in fucking Parkland, and that's okay. That's the norm over there. That's what I'm
Again,
saying.
man, they could have stopped that situation a long time, but I'm gonna get off that one. That's it.
You ain't got nothing to say,
Damn,
Harold? You've been quiet
you
the
the host
whole
of the show, and that
fucking
nigga said,
time.
"Hi, welcome to RawXchange."
What? You guys are cute, but you guys definitely went at that shit pretty well. In regards to guns, I believe that everyone should have the right to be able to own a gun. I don't have a problem with them raising the age, just due to the fact that there's a sense of mental maturity that goes along with it. You might be.
If you send somebody
What
to
happened
fucking
in Vegas?
Afghanistan at 18 to fucking have a rifle and go blow some motherfucker's head off,
Yeah, at
he's
that
responsible?
time. Yeah, but for one, stop getting loud with me.
I'm just
for
saying.
Two,
I'm just
the
being
whole
honest
point
with
of the
y'all.
show
Like,
is going about it. They get training.
we
to
can
be able
send
to go
somebody
ahead and
off
do
to
it.
Afghanistan
You
to
might
be-
train your daughters to be able to use their guns. Our friends might train their kids to be able to use their guns. But there's a lot of motherfuckers that don't have that type of training to be able to go ahead and use those fucking guns.
And guess how you find them?
Or feel like they have to be in a situation to even deal with it.
Exactly. You know, they're. I don't. What did they raise the age to? Everyone
Nigga, hold on.
21.
We're living in 2018.
You're talking
First of
about
all,
you're
hold on,
talking
hold on.
about your
Ian
daughter
say that-
taking a gun to school. At 18, all she could buy is a fucking rifle. She's gonna be walking around with an AR, worrying about someone trying to come up and
Right
attack her.
now.
You're talking about a pistol. At 21 years old, that's when she'll be able to go ahead and buy it. So
What
she's
I-
going
what
to
I-
school without the pistol.
What I'm
anyway.
saying is Ian just said it. You should never have to think about that, but almost everybody here is gonna make sure they straight. Right? I'm not
Yeah.
putting nobody's business out here, but ain't nobody rolling up on us. I can tell you that right now.
Super
First
facts.
off,
That's pretty true.
Second of all, you don't know what's gonna happen. I remember I was at a fucking down Colonial Drive with my mom once, backed over down here. They had Joanne Fabrics. Probably was 12. Dude wanted to rob the store. All we had to do was duck. Nah, ain't nobody catching me like that no more, bro. Like I'm not putting my life in your hands. If I have a way to save you or my life, trust I got you.
Yeah, but what age are you?
It don't matter my age. I'm just saying, what if a guy was in the store at a certain age that could have handled that situation so nobody dies or nothing happens? All I'm saying is, I'm not saying I would have handled that situation at my age. I'm just saying somebody else in that situation would have.
9 out of 10, if you were supposed to go shoot up a school, right? Would you walk into a school knowing that, or a town that knowing that everybody there owns a gun? You already know that you're gonna get shot. You're gonna let off maybe a few.
We don't
but
hear- we don't
somebody's
hear-
gonna hit you.
I know this is real sensitive, but we don't hear about shit in Texas.
Exactly.
I'ma just say
'Cause
that.
everybody got, and that's why I was going to bring up
Exactly.
that.
You
just
think
saying, you
twice
hear about
when you
Everybody
already
owns a
know.
gun.
Oh,
Why?
but then they'll say, "Oh, we don't hear about it in Europe either because nobody has guns." Yeah, well, go move to Europe.
That church got shot.
Sorry,
up.
Lemon.
Well,
So
shit, they
if you're-
got.
if you're
pretty much you
able-
can't even have a gun in
if you're
Chicago,
a-
and that's the fucking
and
highest
that's why
murder
so
rate in
much
the
stuff
fucking world,
happens
besides
in New-
Afghanistan.
Yeah. That's why
So
I
what the
feel like so
fuck?
much stuff happens
They
in New York.
tell the whole fucking city don't have a gun, and they got more murders than anywhere in this fucking
You're right.
country. So the law doesn't protect someone from getting fucking shot. But in a sense where if we can't have a pistol till 21, I really always kind of
Look,
thought it
I'm
was
not
weird that
tripping
you
too
could get
much.
a rifle
I'm not
at
tripping
18
too
and a
much,
pistol
but-
because the rifle's going to end up taking more bodies out anyway.
Exactly.
At
It
the
all
end of the
depends.
fucking day.
It all depends on your lifestyle and what you've experienced. Pretty much, that's all it is. When you're older, it's pretty much what you experience.
I didn't have my
what
first
you've
gun
seen.
until I was 24 years old. Had the ability to be able to get it at 21.
My first gun was 14.
Your first gun was 14, so you had it. It didn't matter if you were 18, fucking 21. You had it way before.
Because again, if you want it, you're gonna find it.
Yeah.
Hard body. That's what I'm saying.
I had shotguns, pistol grip shotguns. I had AK-47s. I had all
Whoa.
types of shit.
I hope.
You mix in what Posh was talking about and guns, and this is what you get. That's it. You know, because everybody thinks that this is the issue, and I get it. They're focused on what happened, and they're trying to use the now, which
Right.
they need to do if they want something to change. But that's not the issue.
But then even so, at 14, what year was 14? You were 1998, 2000. We didn't have the school shootings that we have now. What need did you feel that you needed the pistol that you
I
needed
lived
the
a,
shotgun?
I lived a different life.
Didn't you live here?
Yeah.
Nigga,
But
you act like
I lived a different lifestyle though. So you don't know what goes on in Pine Hills.
I know what goes on in Pine Hills.
All
I
right.
lived in Pine Hills my entire fucking life, and not one point in living in Pine Hills did I ever feel to the point where shit, I need to be strapped up.
What type of lifestyle were you living?
did you go to school every day and play games?
What do you mean? Did I go? What do you mean? Play?
I
He
was
just
in
went
the
to school and then
streets,
came
bro.
home and played
You
games.
feel me? So
he
I-
was just saying he lived that life. He's just
I was in the streets, so I can't that was for my protection. I didn't go out there trying to do anything crazy, but at the same time, you never know if niggas over here trying to set you up, line you up, whatever the case is. You feel me? You got to stay ready. That's just how the game goes. You're not out there to cause any harm or fuck up anybody's life. You out there to just get your bread. But at the same time, there's stupid niggas out there.
just haters.
I guess you could see it that way. Go ahead.
Well, that was a great episode.
Well, you know, at 21, right? We said we were gonna get
Reggie's looking at us
20
like
funny
that.
ass episodes, and then we might talk about some shit people care about. So on that behalf, we thank everybody for tuning in to the Raw Exchange. Like
Thank you.
always, like us, subscribe, do all that cool shit for the Raw Exchange because we love it.
Shout out to all our
Only
listeners
makes
in
Harold's
Wakanda.
head bigger.
What do you mean by that, dog?
I'm just fucking.
What are you trying to say, dog?
And why you so sensitive today, dog?
Jesus Christ.
Would you listen to Drake on the way here?
Actually, yes, I
Yes,
did.
he was.
Next week we got
Damn.
that live show.
Live
Tuesday at
show.
the Brooklyn
Show up.
Coffee
Coffee
Shop.
shop.
Hey, we're
It's
gonna
be
have an
lit.
area in the back
out
for
here?
autographs and for pictures. Make sure you're ready because I'm gonna be.
And the mixtape drops. Tell them.
Shut the
Oh.
fuck up.
That wasn't.
You threw it off, bro. Hey, I don't got to do it no more. Yeah. Thanks,
That's
Pops.
a secret.
You the real nigga
Yo,
right
just-
now.
Listen,
know
bro.
it's
Shout
gonna
out
be a
to the
hit.
official Chicken Finger, Chicken Little mixtape drop next week. Autograph sessions are going to be going on. Music video to be shot soon with our new videographer. We already got that set up. Shout out to Lemmy letting me perform at Arrow coming up soon.
You about to give it the shits, huh?
Yo, I'm
He's gonna
with
be
the
with
shits,
all the
for
shits.
real.
A
I'm
real
definitely
shit
with the
fest.
shits. Yo, we're going to send that shit all the way up.
Thanks for tuning in, motherfucker.
Peace.
Bye.
Welcome to the Raw Exchange, where we say what the fuck we feel.